Good morning, ladies. Calling from the Journal Junkie. Welcome to my channel again. Today is going to be a tutorial on how to upcycle coffee filters, which I was inspired by the Treasure Books, Natasha from Treasure Books. She's got some pretty awesome ideas. Mine are a little different, but everybody's will be different, and that's the way it should be. So let's just have a quick look at the prototypes. Here we have a coffee filter that looks like this. I stamped this one, but I'll show you how to do that. And you just embellish with some pieces of scrap or some of your ephemera pieces. You can add all kinds of fun things. These are just ephemera cards, and this is the cutest. This is a bee theme, obviously, and this is the cutest bee postcard, which I stenciled, I distressed, and I put the date because I like to date my work so I don't forget. It gives me a reminder of when I did it. And you stuff them up. You can put all kinds of things. There's no rules. You can put writing paper. And then on the back, what I did is I reinforced it with a piece of cardstock just because they're a little bit flimsy, and they add a nice thickness to it. And then I tore up another piece of ephemera with a bee on it, keeping it to the theme, and I thought that was pretty cute. So that's one. And the other one is a butterfly. It's not a butterfly theme, but butterfly for the focal point, some distressed torn up paper, a doily, some cheesecloth, a cute little mini altered card I made a while back with the cute charm, some ephemera pieces. I always use the backs for writing spaces. I have a homemade stencil I made out of a cardboard box to make lines. That's a real simple way of doing it. And this cut up piece of 12 by 12 I made into the shape of a tag. That's the second one. And the last one is cute little girl theme, paper doll. You could use this for a bookmark. Another tag I cut up, put the lines for some journaling, ephemera pieces, doll of the ABCs. And this here is actually, I hung it over here, but it's actually a, I don't know, I learned this from Pam from the Paper Outpost, but it's like a book journal. You just cut out circles, you bling them up, cover it with the book page for the front, and this gives you a little more writing space. So pretty fun, pretty simple, and let's get to it. All right, move these aside. So let's start with the filter, and I'll show you how I reinforced the back. You just take I have a whole scrap bin full of just junk papers that I use for things like this. So I thought, hey, there's some writing on this. So I'm going to use this side to actually to have for the reinforced backing. So take your trusty glue stick. I like Oohoo glue, as I've said before. Just make sure you get all the edges, because I find if you don't, things start to lift. Okay, so we got that glued, and all you do, make sure you have the writing the way you want it. And for the most part, this is how it's going to go. So you glue it down. I'm going to tear this half off. And all you do is start cutting. You don't want to cut the filter because it's pretty thin as it is. So even if you don't cut right at the edge, you take your distress ink dabber and you ink it up. Then you won't see the white if that seems to bother you. So here we have it. It's already thicker, which is what I like. So I'm going to quickly take my dabber here. Dab, dab, dab. I don't know what it is about ink distressing. I happen to find I do absolutely everything like this. Okay, there we go. Step 1. Step 2 is take a book page and tear 2 pieces of paper just to kind of give you some dimension. There's no rules, there's no particular way to do it, just glue them down. I'm going to get this scrap paper here. So yeah, glue it down. I find book pages, which I buy at thrift stores for like next to nothing, work well for this kind of thing, because you don't feel too bad tearing up pages from a book that was sitting collecting dust in the far corner of a thrift store. We're making them come alive, these pages. That's how I look at it. So here we have step 1. You just distress your edges on your pages and lay them on the face of your coffee filter. So I'm going to add a little bit of this doily. So you kind of just measure it a little bit, but I'm going to bling it up first with some ink, just so that it's not so white. Yep, that's it. Not hard, super simple, quick. So I think, whoopsie, just going to measure it like that. And then you want to cut just so that it sits nicely on the face of your. You don't want edges sticking off, so you're going to cut that down. I'm going to have to ink this a little bit better than that now since I cut it off. Rainy day today where I'm from. I'm from Canada, and it's Canada Day, and it's raining. I'm actually going to probably spend it right here in this beautiful, happy place of mine. So here we go. Now you're going to glue it up. Excuse me. Actually, I'm going to use my liquid glue. And all you want to do is just glue the solid pieces of a doily, because you can see how delicate they can be. These are dollar store doilies, or they're thrift store. I find all kinds of things at either place. Good enough. And place it wherever you want. There you go. So we've got 2 dimensions. Let's go for 3. That's where the fun begins. So I've got pieces of ephemera that I just cut up from a printable. I also use all kinds of stuff that I've got laying around, pieces that I you would call them scraps, I suppose. But here is, I think, something that I'm going to put, because I like greenery on any type of creation. Whoops, there goes the lid. That's okay. So just start plunking them down, ladies. Don't think too long, don't think too hard. Just enjoy the process. Sometimes we get caught up with it. Oh no, is it going to look right? What will I do? What if I put it wrong? But I used to be like that too. But it's time to break free. Create with reckless abandon, as Pam from the Paper Outpost says. So that's what I do now. I'm just going to add another piece of book page. I like writing. Let's see, play around with this. Butterflies, one of my favorite things. Oh, I like that down there. So, yeah, just add your butterfly, or whatever you've got laying around. Anything you add to these is going to look beautiful. Just trust your instincts. And I tend to like a piece of word fetty. So let's see, I'll either put it there or there. I like to I like to be touching a piece of something else that's been laying there, but I kind of like cluster too. I think I'm going to corner around this. Sometimes, depending on the shape of what I'm working on, I try to keep the corners kind of looking cohesive. Okay, this isn't working. What am I going to do here? Let's see. Friends. Ooh, I might be thinking too hard here. You know what? I think I'm going to go right there. For the sake of this video and time. Oh, maybe you turn it this way. There we go. Okay, so nice. This is nice and solid. I like that we do this at the back. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some bling, just like that. But I think I want to put something under it. Let's see, what have I got here? What? This is what I do. Let's tear some pages. Because I find that before I adhere it, let's give it some ink. I hope you girls are working on something fun. I love seeing everybody's creations. Oh my goodness. And I know that I post a lot and you're all so forgiving and encouraging. But I do learn from everybody and all of their talents as well. But I have a lot of time on my hands, so that's why I get a fair amount accomplished. And these doily pockets really do look cute in a journal. They're just such an adorable feature. So let's do it like this. And then I'll add that. Kind of cute. But you know what? I might add a little more yellow. Never happy, am I? Inking and watching ink. I mean, ink is not the most exciting thing. I tried to have it all done, but now that I'm adding, let's do that. Okay. Now, see, there, I like that. Okay, down you go. Bling bling. This is the cutest freebie, actually. I cut up. I'm using most of it on this whole coffee filter, but Carolyn's Craft Tree, she has an Etsy, or she has a website, but every month she gives away free printables. So today is the day I printed it off. And that's what I'm using. Okay, these are the cutest things. How cute is this from her printable? Oh, what do you call this again? A receipt. Old-fashioned, of course. You'd get them at the restaurants when. So that makes a cute, you know what also, this tag, if you'll notice, it's pretty long. Like that sticks up too much to me. So, actually that's not too bad, but I'm going to corner around and you can actually slip it in a little bit nicer than that too. And you know what I'm going to do? Of course, I also use all the backs of my cards that I put in has journaling spots. So I would typically stencil this, which I'll show you how to do that. First, grab a stencil. Here's a stencil. So take your dabber, and there you have it. So that it's not just stark white, and then I'll draw lines, or where is my, okay, this is my faux vintage line stencil that I made. I cut a piece of the Amazon box, and I just, it's a little bit tedious because you have to tear away to find the lines that I'm using here. And then you take your ink pad, ink it up, which I shall do for you, just like that. Probably shouldn't use your ink pad like that, so I like to put a piece of scrap underneath, and then you just apply. And there you have faux lines, faux vintage lines. Ta-da! Simple dimple, quick, easy, and inexpensive. So let's do this, and I will use another ephemera card here. This one I think I'm going to also, with my gigantic stamp the day of this baby that I did, that we worked on. There we go. July 1, 2020, Canada Day. So we'll slip that in. Butterfly peeking out. How cute is this, hey? I love color. I love flowers, butterflies. Actually, that would be kind of cute there, I suppose. So let's just add it. I also stamped the front of the filter with a music stamp and some birds. You don't have to, and if you do, it actually is quite cute. You wouldn't have to cover as much as of the filter as I have, but that's okay. And there we have it. I hope this was something that you're interested in, because they are quick and easy and adorable. And I'll show you. This journal probably isn't the one that I would put these in, but let's find a page here. This is a journal I have for ideas that I glean from others or I use for myself, and I don't want to forget something I might have created. Yeah, so this journal, you want a bigger one. This is a smaller travel notebook style, but so yeah, you could normally put them in your page perhaps this way, sideways. I love things that stick out of the sides of my journals. I think that's kind of cute, actually. Or you could, if it's a bigger page, you could just adhere the three sides and still use it for a tuck. I'll just take this here. So if you don't adhere it all down, you can start building up more behind it. Look at that, just you could stack and stack and stack. It's just, oh, I love it. Love paper. So ladies, I hope you like this. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you liked the video, I would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer. So I appreciate you stopping by. Have a wonderful weekend.